Caleb Salyer sat rigid in his chair, shoulders squared, while Nate Hamilton howled over another idiots in cars clip. The camera caught Nate's wide grin, his gasps and "oh shit" every time a driver swerved too close to a dumpster. Caleb barely moved, only a small furrow of his brow, a flicker of a smile breaking the usual calm mask he wore on camera. "Look at this guy, dude doesn't even..." Nate broke off, pointing at the screen as a Honda clipped a cone. Caleb let out a quiet laugh. Then the seat vibrated. At first, it was faint, a tickle beneath him. He shifted, thinking maybe Nate had bumped the arm of his chair, but the tremor deepened. The metal legs creaked, the vinyl shuddered. The chair inhaled. "Nate?" Caleb's voice cracked. He gripped the armrests. The edges of the seat began to flex like soft rubber curling around him. Nate was still laughing, oblivious, his voice overlapping the next clip's audio. "Nate!" The caster screeched, the armrests twisted inward like steel vines. Caleb's breath hitched as the seat caved beneath him. He clawed at the arms, the cup holders, anything, but the world folded, a burst of metallic shrieking filling his ears. And then, silence. When he awoke, the basement was gone. No camera lights, no faint smell of cigars, not even gravity. He floated in a cathedral of green code. Walls of flickering symbols, floor grids, pulsing with numbers that shimmered like wet glass. Endless columns of binary text streamed upward into a sky made of rain-like digits. Caleb pushed himself upright. What the... A figure drifted out of the cascading text. A bishop's silhouette made entirely of punctuation marks.
"Welcome,"
it rasped, voice warped by static.
"You are not expected, yet here you are. The loops are hungry."
The bishop's head rotated, symbols twisting in place of eyes.
"Your reality is not your own. Beware the..."
Its sentence fragmented into noise. The figure dissolved into code, leaving behind the echo of corrupted whispers.
"Do not call, do not reach, do not remember."
Caleb stood alone in a humming void, pulse hammering. Whatever this was, it wasn't a dream. A low, static-soaked growl vibrated through the air. From the corner of his vision, a dark canine shape emerged, fluid, flickering between frames, eyes glowing like error messages.
"Follow me,"
it said, voice like corrupted audio.
"or you'll never reach the next layer."
Caleb hesitated, then followed. The ground beneath him solidified into shimmering panels of green light. Columns of code spiraled upward, forming impossible stairways and dead ends that shifted each time he blinked.
"Don't call him,"
the creature warned, ears twitching.
"If you do, he'll come."
Then Caleb saw a silhouette at the far end of the corridor. Nate's build, his posture, his easy smirk. "Nate!" The figure turned, its features jittered, flesh stuttering into blocks of code and back again. Its smile split into 1,000 fragmented pixels. The buffer fiend lunged. The world lagged around it. Each movement skipped frames. It left behind trails of half-rendered limbs and lines of gibberish text.
"Run!"
barked the creature, shadow. Caleb bolted. The environment flickered between solid and liquid. Footsteps, slapping code that rippled like water. The fiend pursued, its distorted roars echoing through the data tunnels. They burst into what looked like a graveyard, cracked tombstones made of broken program files. Shadow stopped beside one, panting.
"This place isn't safe,"
it growled.
"and this is only the beginning."
Caleb stared at the distorted headstones, each name a failed application. The realization crept in like static. He wasn't in any reality he understood. The cemetery hummed with corrupted electricity. The tombstones pulsed faint green, leaking random code fragments into the air. Then, laughter. Human. Familiar. "Is that Micah?" Caleb whispered. Shadow's ears flattened. Ahead, a screen-shaped gravestone flickered with melting memes and a half-rendered video clip. There Micah sat, laughing uncontrollably. Nate sat by him, computer keyboard on his lap, watching Legends of Avantur's animated shorts on loop. Their laughter echoed like mockery through the empty grid. But their eyes, those eyes jittered, looping between frames, mouths opening and closing out of sync. Before Caleb could call out, a silhouette fell from above. An angel crashed into the ground, a creature with glitching wings made of broken hyperlinks and shredded HTML tags. Its face was a blur, its scream a burst of binary. Dozens followed, raining from the sky, each impact sending waves of distorted sound. The 404 Seraphs screamed and dissolved into showers of code ash. Caleb ducked behind a cracked headstone. His hands trembled. This can't be real. Shadow's voice was grim.
Here, nothing real survives, only memory.
Caleb clenched his fists. Somewhere inside, a fragment of his usual calm flickered, but it was dying fast. They ran until the graveyard static faded behind them. The next sector looked diseased. The code walls sagged and dripped like melting plastic. Puddles of corrupted data hissed where they touched the floor. Shadow slowed.
You're trapped here,
He said quietly.
How long? No one knows.
The air reeked of burning circuits and something organic, like rot hiding under ozone. Faces of abandoned avatars drifted past, whispering usernames Caleb didn't recognize. Shadow stopped.
I'll have to turn my back on you soon.
He said.
When I do, don't follow.
Before Caleb could answer, shapes emerged from the fog. Blank mannequins of code, null spawn, staggered forward, featureless and humming. Their voices were broken sound bites. Fragments of old conversations, chopped in reverse. One reached out, hand stretching too far before snapping back into place. Another tried to speak, its mouth a black hole spitting static. Caleb's chest tightened. Every breath came shorter, sharper. I just want to go home, he whispered. The fog pulsed, mocking him. Shadow's eyes glowed faintly.
Home doesn't exist here.
For the first time, Caleb believed it. Software Purgatory wasn't a prison. It was alive, and it wanted him to stay.
And this was where I came in. Shadow's warning unsettled me. I'll have to turn my back on you soon. When it happened, I realized what he had meant. His eyes fractured into white pixels, his grin split too wide, teeth flickering in and out of focus. A growl of sorts built in his throat. Half animal, half dial-up noise. I watched as Caleb froze. He didn't scream. He fucking ran. I followed, but the world buckled with every step. The walls blinked between dimensions, floor tiles vanishing mid-stride. Then Shadow? Oh God, he caught him. His jaws closed around Caleb's calf, biting down through green-lit flesh. God damn it, Shadow, I thought. Caleb's gasp tore through the static. Shadow's body convulsed, fragmented into shards of data, and vanished. I reached him before he collapsed completely. He was fading, skin bleeding corrupted pixels that hissed where they hit the air. I dragged him through the mist, toward the only structure that held shape. A warped manor house floating above a checkered board floor. Inside it was impossibly still. The walls flickered like bad polygons, air hung with waiting dread. I laid him on a couch that hovered inches off the ground. Ugh, that bite. It's spreading. Jesus, Shadow did a number on him, I muttered. His eyes fluttered, unfocused. Hey now, calm down. Just relax. I'm called the Blue Widow here, I said, lowering the veil of static that cloaked me. But my name's AzurePearl. Nate sent me here to bring you home. I can get you out, but we can't stay here. Caleb blinked weakly, the name barely registering. Nate? Yeah, but we gotta move. Now. The lights in the manor started flickering. Figures phased into existence around us, faceless silhouettes leaking blue glitches from their torsos. Ew. Then the television in the corner powered on. A PSA about the Burger King's Pokeball warped through the static, glitched, followed by a monotone female voice.
Burger King and the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission want you to know about the voluntary recall of this Pokemon Pokeball. The ball may pose a suffocation hazard to children under 3. Throw the ball away or return. Please take the red half of the toy. Put the red half inside your mouth. Try to swallow the entire toy whole. Put the red half inside your mouth. Try to swallow. Put the red half inside your mouth. Try to swallow. Put the red half inside your mouth. 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 Try to swallow. Put the red half inside your mouth. Try to swallow. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Sleep.
The screen brightened, revealing a pixel-smeared face I recognized. StarsailorX, forcibly twisted into the TeleBLUE VAL avatar. Its eyes dark but wide open. A kitchen knife glimmered in its hand, reflecting the neon haze. Val then said something that made my blood run cold.
Go to sleep, Caleb.
Oh, shit. My pulse spiked. Caleb, move! I hauled him upright. The floor warped beneath us as TeleBLUE VAL crawled from the screen, body elongating unnaturally, joints bending backwards. The PSA loop continued, voice flattening with each repetition.
Put the red half inside your mouth.
The corridor stretched ahead like a Mobius strip. Doors vanished as we neared them. Furniture blinked out of existence. Val's knife scraped the walls, leaving trails of corrupted blue flame. Keep moving, I shouted, voice cracking through static. Caleb limped, dragging his wounded leg. Every echo of the PSA drilled deeper into my skull, each repetition slower, heavier, hypnotic. We rounded a corner. Val's eyes locked onto us, glitching brighter. Almost there. Just a little further. The knife gleamed in the stuttering light. I tightened my grip on Caleb's hand, pulling him towards the only exit that hadn't vanished yet. The PSA's final repetition blurred into a lullaby for the damned.
Sleep. Sleep. Sleep.
I didn't dare look back. If I did, I knew I'd seen my own reflection smiling from that blue-lit screen. We tore down the last hallway of the warped 3D manor. The geometry folded in on itself like bad software. Walls bending inward, floor tiles flickering between stone and void. Caleb's injured leg dragged behind him, but adrenaline carried him forward. He didn't look back. I did. It was still coming. TeleBLUE VAL. That thing had moved past identity. Its wide eyes snapped in and out of existence, tracking us from impossible angles. Its grin stretched like corrupted fabric, the kitchen knife twitching in its hands, as if the code itself pulsed through the blade.
Sleep. Sleep. Sleep.
Each repetition broke deeper, voice distorting until it became a monstrous bass thrum, shaking the air itself. The knife whistled past my shoulder, slicing the air into jagged pixels, fragments of Val's laughter, visual laughter, bloomed and dissolved on the walls, looping endlessly. Caleb stumbled, brushing my hand. I seized it, yanking him aside as the knife came down again. Slower this time, deliberate, hungry. Then the face collapsed. Cyan flicker melted into jagged black lines, eyes turning into static. Its mouth opened far too wide, a code wound in the fabric of reality. And it uttered something that wasn't sound, but pure data corruption. The symbol stabbed straight into my brain, scrambling depth and direction. The knife arched toward us again. A gunshot cracked. A clean analog sound. Val froze. The blue around its body spasmed. Fragments of code fluttering loose like burning paper. I didn't see who fired. Maybe Micah? Maybe the system correcting itself. Maybe the Purgatory didn't like its toys breaking the rules. Val collapsed inward, code unraveling into a rain of cyan fragments. The knife hit the floor and stayed there. Suddenly mundane, like the horror had switched off. "Move," I gasped, dragging Caleb toward the only light ahead. A faint glowing doorway at the corridor's end. The point of return. Beyond it waited a coffin, hovering over a pool of green light. Static rolled off its surface like fog. Caleb stared, chest heaving, eyes full of disbelief. He stepped forward, hand trembling as he reached for the lid. I met his eyes. "This is it. Whatever's next. It's yours." He nodded once. He opened it. Inside was him, another Caleb, curled and lifeless. His twin in every detail, except the shadowed code creeping under its skin. Its eyes snapped open, the same fear, same consciousness. Reality folded. The world shrieked. I reached out, brushed his shoulder, one last touch of blue light, and whispered, "Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up." I dissolved back into static as he let out another scream. When Caleb opened his eyes, the world was beige, solid, real. The hum of fluorescent lights, the smell of a cigar filled the air. The brown love seat of the Renegade's React studio. An ice pack set on his forehead. His leg ached, but it was flesh, not data. "You took a tumble down the stairs," Nate said. He was trying to sound casual, but his voice cracked halfway through. "You hit your head pretty good there, dude. You okay?" Caleb tried to sit up. Micah's hand stopped him. "Slow down, bro. You're not getting back to reacting just yet." He looked around. Lights steady, monitors idle. Nothing glowing cyan. No sound except the faint hum of a cooling fan. He wanted to tell them. He needed to tell them. The binary cathedral, the seraphs, shadow, the bite, the manor. But the moment he reached for the memory, it slipped away, like trying to hold water. The details fragmented. Only a whisper remained. A voice. A veil of blue. A touch. Nate frowned, exchanging a glance with Micah. "Let's postpone tonight's video, alright? You probably have a concussion." Micah nodded in agreement. "Yeah, I'll drive him home. Dude's had enough for one day." The drive was quiet. The city's lights bled across the windshield like melted pixels. Caleb stared out, replaying the fragments that refused to vanish. Falling symbols, the laughter of something inhuman, and a voice guiding him out of the dark. He couldn't remember her name, couldn't recall her face. But she had saved him. The car turned into his driveway. Micah parked, killed the engine. "You good?" Caleb nodded slowly. "Yeah, I need to rest." When he got inside, he paused by his laptop. His monitor flickered once, just once, with a faint cyan pulse. He blinked. It was gone. He sat down, staring at the black screen until his reflection surfaced. For a heartbeat, he thought the reflection smiled back. Then it didn't. He closed his laptop and whispered to no one, "I'm home." But somewhere deep in the circuitry, behind the code, something watched, waiting for the next file to corrupt, the next process to fail, because in software purgatory, nothing truly ends.